indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, sir.
Roll call.
Newberry. Here. Crowner.
Here.
Johnson. Lees.
Here.
Young.
Here.
Okay, do we have any changes or things that we should make different with our agenda? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Support.
Motion and support. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have our consent agenda. There are 5 items on that. I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved. Approved. So support then.
Motion and support. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, seeing as our administrator has returned from the far west, do you have some information for us this evening?
Just a few things tonight, Your Honor. Got notice today that we received an increase in our TAP funding for the trail of $126,000 plus to help get that done. The Infrastructure Investment Job Act that was allocated across the state by DOT increased our proportion by a significant amount. So that was some good news that we received today. Cindy and Angie, they were working hard today and doing some audit prep before August. Started working on a salary comp study. A couple folks happened to put out some information, so I started working on it and pulling that together. University of Iowa did not end up doing it with the league. They ran into some issues and pulled out, so we'll just do our own. I've also started one, and staff doesn't have it yet, but for the equipment that we talked about, I've put in a spreadsheet together for staff to fill out so we can get that equipment put together as well. Heard from Trees Forever. They're going to stop by on Friday. They have some interesting new programs, they said, and they'd sure like to do more in Southeast Iowa. Don't tell Mike, though. And I really have no idea what the programs are. He just said they'd like to do some more, so we'll see what they have to say. And Mount Pleasant Street project, late start date, I forget now, but it's either the 6th or the 13th of September. They could start sooner. Tentative pre-con, probably mid-August, somewhere around there. So that's all I have.
Thank you. Public Works, Mike?
The tower and water main project has taken off. They started last week, been working hard this week. They got the main hooked to the tower, run under Washington Road, both bores done. Monday they'll be, weather permitting, boring the bore under Mount Pleasant Street, and there's supposed to be a second crew bringing the line up to that, so I finally got people back in town and they're working hard on that. We put out a public notice. There will be some temporary road closures. For the work going down Washington Road, they'll be digging their trench right against the edge of the road, so they need the room to run pipe and stuff in. So it will be opened every night until probably 7 a.m. and then it'll be closed while they're working on that section. So just prepare yourself and go the other way. You have to go to Beaverdale to get to the landfill in that area. The 2 people that are affected is By State Construction and Greystone, and I talked to them. They're going to come in the front of our building and use our rear parking lot for parking, and they'll walk back and forth so that they're not kept out of their business and they can keep everything going with them when they cut through their driveway. So I think we got everything covered on that. Still waiting on 5 to finish the lures on the pavers. I can't get information back, and the engineers aren't getting information back, so we're still trying to move forward with that. Tomorrow we'll be painting up here by City Hall, and we'll have our painting wrapped up, except for crosswalks around the school and stuff, and we usually wait till a couple weeks before school so they're nice and bright for school. The painter that's coming doing the lines, I just got his updated quote today. We're still within what I'd budgeted for. I didn't have time to get it on this agenda. It'll be on next week, or the next agenda will be on the 3rd of August, and he's in town on the 4th, so if we can get that approved, while he's in town doing other jobs, we can get the rest of the painting done. And just wanted to say, I hope everything goes good for Jacob, our part-time help. He was on vacation, had an accident, and lost the end of his finger. He had surgery today. So we hope everything went good for him and he gets out of there. So I've lost the one summer help I had, so I'm guessing he won't be back because of dirt and stuff. So we're
Know
gonna,
anybody, we could sure use some summer help.
yeah, if you know anybody that needs a month worth of work or whatever, I could use somebody to mow grass or
Or
to help
more.
us out, or more. I've budgeted for 2 and we didn't get any applications except he came back, so things are a little tight with other people on vacation and work injuries I've had and shoulder replacements and everything else, so if you know anybody willing to work, wants to come in for a little bit, have them fill out an application. That's all.
Thank you. Police Department.
About the only thing is we tested here about a week and a half ago for the our new hire. Unfortunately, nobody passed the testing. So we reopened that up. I believe that's the first weekend in August we're going to be testing again. So it's kind of been a going thing with regional departments that nobody's passing the test to get hired. So that's our first step, is to get somebody to pass the test, and hopefully they can do everything else too.
Thank you. Do we have anything from fire building permits that you know of?
We have one outstanding permit, but we're waiting for Sean to return on that one because there's some other issues. They don't have a rental permit as well, and so it's a little more complicated than that. So we're going to dig into it, get back to it. But no, I don't. I saw some exchanges on the Grapevine today. We've been trying to get more information on solar, and I see there's a couple other communities that have been working on it. So I'll dig into that a little bit, see what they found out.
Kelly?
I was going to mention that we're converting from our current agenda software to the new software, so maybe at the next meeting, you're going to see it's going to look a little bit different on the website, the packet, so that'll just be a change. We're ending our contract with the Diligent that we use right now, so.
And for now, it's just going to be a PDF, but they're updating their software. It'll be a HTML, PDF, and you'll also be able to have video on there.
Yeah, I think it is updated now, so there'll be links from the agenda to your items to look at.
Thank you. Anything from finance? Nope. Okay. Council anything from you?
I just have a question. How many of those housing studies have we received back here to City Hall?
Katie didn't tell me a number, but she said she had a few, and they came and picked them up and kept them in a folder. I really don't know how many. She's been handing them out to anybody that walks in, and we send them out to all of our boards and commissions and staff, asking them to fill them out. So I can get a number for you, or she may have if she counted them. It wasn't a tremendous amount, but it was
It'd be just
some.
good to know, because the housing study's a Des Moines County-wide housing
Yeah.
study, and we need as many people in Des Moines County to fill it out, so we have legitimate,
Yeah.
good data for our developers and cities going forward. Has it been publicized other than on our webpage? I guess I haven't heard about it on radio or in the paper.
Each entity was asked to publicize it and put it out there, and then regional planning as well. We've posted it on Facebook, and it was not in the newsletter, it was too late, yeah.
Yeah,
But put it out on Facebook a couple times, actually about three times, I think. Kelly just put it out again recently. Didn't get any interest on the 4th of July. It was a little too difficult.
They're
But
preoccupied.
so I felt, it takes 2-3 minutes at most.
Right, it's not
So
hard.
we'd really encourage folks to get on there. Really, it just takes 2 to 3 minutes, so.
Yeah.
They extended the deadline till this Friday, so there's still time to hop on there and get one filled out.
That was my concern, the timing of when it got posted was like the 1st of July, and we had the nice, long 4-day weekend right off the bat with the 4th of July taken away from it. So, folks, anything you can do to get that housing study filled out, if you live in Des Moines County, please do it, because we need the input to help our developers want to build houses in the area and lots of other things like that. That was the only question I had, really, Lindsay.
There's
Thank
some
you.
blank ones out on the counter at Katie's desk if anybody wants to just grab some paper copies too.
Gotcha. So any citizen can swing by, and you can stand there and fill it out. It takes
Yeah.
no more information. We all have it in our heads, the answers.
Yep.
Thanks. That was the only thing I wanted to comment on. Thank you.
Okay. Therese?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Andy?
I had a question for Mike, actually, real fast. Are the bathrooms in the park done now?
Yeah, they've been done. The key's available when people reserve the bathroom house.
Okay, and has that been done at all, do we know?
I talked to Katie about that today, and the input or back is they want to be responsible for cleaning up after their own thing, it sounds like, and nobody's took the key and used them yet, so.
Okay.
It's out there, they're aware of it, but, everybody's using the porta potties, and she has not handed out a key for the bathrooms yet, so.
Okay, thank you much. And otherwise, this is the first meeting I've been to after the 4th of July, so just thank you, everybody that's here, for your help and effort and hard work that day, and much appreciated, and I know we'll talk about it later, but thank you.
Nothing from me tonight.
All right, thank you. Seeing no one here, we will move on to new business. All right, our first item of new business is considering the purchase of pipe and cable locator for the Public Works Department from USA Blue Book.
Motion approved. Support.
Motion and support. Discussion? No? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Our second item of new business is consider pay request number 14 to Boomerang for Mount Pleasant Water Tower Project of $162,355.
Motion approved.
Support.
Motion and support. Any discussion?
Just a note, we got some further information this past week. If you recall during budget, we talked about this when this one was running in the hole until we get funding back from DOT, or not DOT, excuse me. But ultimately, IFAS payment, we just received word. We have a couple things or a little bit of information that they need. But the change orders were approved. We should see a $465,000 payment, something like that. And then there'll be another $300,000 payment that will be submitted after that. So we can stop running, get that back out of the hole. I mean, we knew that was coming. It took them forever to approve those change orders. No idea why it took, I think, from May until yesterday to get approved. So.
Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right, number 3, considering a second reading of an ordinance establishing the July 2022 tax increment financing district for the West Burlington urban renewal area.
Motion approved.
Support.
Motion and support. Any discussion on this? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
We need to do a roll
Sorry.
call for the.
Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Young,
Aye.
Newberry.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 4, consider approving a quote from LL Pelling Company to seal coat North Sunset and frontage road to the West Third Lift Station of $36,984.
So move. Support.
Motion and support. Discussion?
I just had a quick question, Mike. The quote is dated, I think, back in March.
Yeah, I just talked to him a week, or no, right at the 4th. He said that quote's good, but I told him I need to get it approved through you. Then Greg can sign off on it, send it back to him. They were supposed to be in the area sometime in August too, so.
So they'll honor that quote
Yep.
even though, thank you.
Further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Number 5, consider a quote from MJ Daily Construction to install sidewalks on Melville Avenue.
I did get a second quote finally today. It was $32,792. I couldn't get any other quotes, couldn't get them to bid on it. All these companies want the big jobs. A lot of their problems with the price they explained to me today was that Ideal put a $20 a yard fuel surcharge on every yard. So they're having troubles everywhere with getting quotes. That's one of the major increases on this is a fuel surcharge.
I know we need a motion to move forward on this. I'm going to motion that we just do the west side of Melville sidewalk, is my motion.
Any support for that? If not, that motion dies of no support. Do I have another motion to move forward on this quote?
Okay, I motion that we accept the quote as proposed.
Any support on that?
Support.
Motion and support. Discussion on this?
And that was for both sides, is what you're, okay.
Yeah, both sides, 25,000, just the portion that, I guess this covers just this portion that's south of Houston. Not on the north side of Houston where the two dead ends into the public works, yeah.
Just as a reminder that the one side was budgeted last fiscal year, and then the second side we discussed during the budget and held off on doing the one side until we could put the bid together, try and get a lower cost.
And I found out today from the contractor that come and give me the last minute bid that I tried to get the handicaps put in with the Houston job, and that was voted down. And on the north side of that, those handicaps dump into Houston and not to each other. And ADA requirements are if you have them dumped in headed to there, you can not have them on the other side. So actually, we're in violation with ADA that we didn't put them in when we did the other side. I wasn't aware of that time. I know I was just trying, while Daly was there doing it, and on the site, I was trying to get the handicap part put in. So, I mean, one way or another, we need to get both sides done because of the way it's set up.
So we'll do that, get 2 panels and do it in-house?
That's part of the job. That's part of the bid.
What they
Was it?
quoted.
Oh, it is
Yeah,
part
that's all part, yeah, that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
all
right,
right.
that's right, that's right.
If we do this, then we're all legal with ADA and
Yep.
everything's done.
Any further discussion?
Let's get it done.
If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. We have any old business? Not. No citizen inquiries. Take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
City Council is adjourned. We are moving into a